What a day of Rocket League it was, folks, and congratulations to Karmine Corp. They continue to be the best team in Rocket League. I mean, other than the World Championship.
Well, yeah,
Didn't quite work
that's
out
okay.
last season.
They had to marinate, like a nice steak. Gotta get them warmed up and ready to go.
Welcome, folks, to Cole&Stumpy. This is an RLCS post-show with WavePunk and Cheese, where we walk you through the matches as we saw them, show you what we think are the best moments, hopefully give you kind of a concise idea of what happened in the match, not just blast you with a bunch of Rocket League gameplay, but actually tell you what that Rocket League gameplay means, and hopefully you come away from it knowing a thing or two more about Rocket League. We got Spaceman in chat, we got Dank Loops in chat, we got Haiku in chat. Haiku back from yesterday. Long time, day one Cole&Stumpy supporter. Guys, I gotta tell you too. This is an emotional episode of Chiefs because this is the season finale. This is the last one.
It's true. There's too many plans for the next upcoming Europe, what with weddings and work schedules, and it's tough. We won't be able to do it for Europe 3, but that's okay.
Yeah, we won't be able to do it for Europe 3. Maybe next split, we'll be able to organize our lives best and get to be able to do that for everybody for every European split. But for now, man, today. A few surprises, a few things that were the same.
Yeah, a few things that were the same. Karmine Corp looking, like you said at the start, the best team in Europe. Start point, and 100%. Two teams that we were like, yo, you made a top 8. Now go see what you can do with it, right? And today was the culmination of the stories for them. But one big fun upset.
One big fun upset indeed. We will talk about it, folks. Let's show the wonderful people at home the bracket here. If you're ready to switch over, I'll switch over at the same time. Ready? 3.
Oh, I've switched.
2, 1. Oh no, you haven't. No, we're looking at your lovely face.
I meant
that. There we are. We're learning production together, chat. Here is the bracket as we saw it on the broadcast today. 5 matches up and down. Karmine Corp there at the win. Karmine Corp finally giving us some sweeps. We had no sweeps in Europe in playoffs until today.
Until they could put up 2, both against what a lot of people think is a really strong contender in Ninjas in Pajamas, and Dignitas, who had quite the day today, as you can see, found their way through Team Vitality. Good for them after getting bounced off by Ninjas in Pajamas yesterday.
Absolutely. We saw Team Vitality versus Start Point, Ninjas in Pajamas versus 100%, all these kind of the bottom of the bracket here. Then we saw Karmine Corp versus Ninjas in Pajamas, Dignitas versus Vitality, and Karmine Corp versus Dignitas today. So those are the 5 matches we're going to cover. Starting back at the beginning there, Team Vitality versus Start Point. This was the first match of the day, 4-2 in favor of Vitality. I'd say that's 2 more games achieved than most people were giving them.
Yeah, I mean, Start Point showed us a good show yesterday. Eugen, Matane, and Acronic showed that there's some real possible development in the world of the attack for them because Eugen showed he's got that in him. Acronic's looking solid, and Matane rounds out the defense nicely as he has on many a roster. And, of course, Team Vitality, it's Zen Exotic Monkey Moon. Next question. You know those guys.
Let's show the lovely people at home kind of what happened through Vitality versus Start Point. Map number 1. This went down 6 games. This one, overall, we just reviewed these notes in my brain trying to rack back to the beginning and remember what was this first match about. This was a lot of Exotic and Monkey Moon. Kind of like they were the X factors for me. This was an obvious win for Vitality. This is a match for them to win, a match for Start Point to try and take from them. Vitality would have to lose this, and for me, if Vitality won or lost, it's just entirely dependent on Monkey Moon or Exotic. Also, shout out to Fear and all the fans there in chat coming on in. Welcome to the Cole&Stumpy postgame show. Featuring WavePunk and Cheese.
It's a good time.
It is a good time.
But, going back to the Start one, this is game 1, Vitality versus Start Point. And, early on you said Zen, not the X Factor, surprisingly. It all comes down to Monkey Moon Exotic. Well, look at this first touch. Monkey Moon, it's right off a kickoff. It's a little awkward. Exotic has to call Zen off. It's getting complicated early for them. They're already losing. This is tough.
This was Start Point came out of the gates. They scored the first goal. Then we saw Vitality tie it up. And then Start Point scores a second goal. So they not only established the lead, drew first blood, they also got the lead back, which is huge in an upset game here to set the tone. So this particular moment here we found to be impactful because if Start Point is able to get up 3-1 in game number 1, that changes everything. Vitality wins game 1 here 4-2, but if they were able to make it through in this moment, what a moment it would have been. Do you feel like this is Zen stepping up more achieves, or you feel like this was Starpoint needed to have a better shot? Like, how do you break this one down?
I mean, it's a little bit of column A, column B. It's already awkward off the kickoff, right? So you can't really fault, Monkey Moon for going for this stop, right? Because like this punt from Eugen, most people, you see this nice drawback kickoff. Like you see this back left, one cheat, the ball goes this way. This is perfect. Most people take this boost and solo play. Right. And so Monkey Moon is back here, getting ready to go for this challenge because, that's where the play is going, obviously.
Yeah.
So he sees like this ball get ripped. So he just like your brain doesn't have the time to realize that a Chronic is going back. Eugen's by himself and the other guy on kickoff went that way. And Monkey Moon, he just jumps. Just straight jumps to block because this must be a set play in your head, right? Exotic and Zen call each other off. So, like, it's kind of a bad touch for Monkey Moon because this is just going to nobody. It's easily attackable for the other team who just picked up boost, and so that leads Exotic up early. Zen thinking maybe I have a solo play out to the sidewall, so that's why Zen jumps.
Yeah.
But Exotic says, I got it. Zen adjusts. So is it them stepping up? Nah, Exotic should be able to get a hand on this, and Zen just kind of has to cover up. It's a great stop from Zen. Like, both of his teammates did kind of a mid thing there, but he bailed him out of a tight spot. That's really what he does so well.
Super important for top-level teams to be able to clean up in the moments when like they're not playing their best, which is why they are the best teams. The people like your teammates can make multiple mistakes and you can still keep the ball out of your net there. I do feel like just a slightly better shot from start point, and what a different series we have in our hands, right? 3-1 in game 1 versus 2-1 is such a different situation. Vitality does ultimately win game 1 4-2, and then win game 2 2-0. So they start out 2-0. Start point bounces back in game 3. Question is, okay, do we have a series on our hands, right? How is Vitality weak? We've seen Start Point get the goal early on. We've seen them lead in both. I think in both games. No, in game 2 it was Vitality won 2-0. So Start Point didn't score in that game. But Eugen did score early. They scored. It was 3-2 in game number 3 there. So like Start Point. Great start to the series, as all things considered, when you're going up against reigning world champions and Zen, right?
Yeah,
The best players in the world.
You're competing. It's looking good.
Yeah, so you win game 3-2. Let's see how things go. Beginning of game 4 is when I think things start to be like, okay, never mind. This is still Vitality. We're gonna see an incredible performance here. This is we coined this while we were watching it. All of that for a drop of blood play.
Yeah, this was absolutely bonkers. It gets started off early off the kickoff, of course. Vitality wants a little bit of pressure. Monkey Moon, hey, pass and shot. Look, the defense gets this one. Excellent, we're resetting. And here comes Zen with the catch. Look, they even handled this. Just kidding.
Yeah. This is Monkey Moon and Exotic breaking down the Start Point defense, expending their boost. You watch the boost meters up in the top of the corner. It's all bleeding out. There's 2 people in goal. Nobody has any boost. Players are having to throw themselves out of the box just to play defense. And now you have that up against the best player in the world with 100% boost and all the time in the world.
Yeah, go stop that. Good luck, man. It's like, congrats. You spent everything you had to keep Monkey Moon and Exotic out of this play here. Like, there was nothing left. All was expended. A Chronic just has to dump it right into the waiting arms of the inevitable. You knew this was it. It's like, okay, I'm glad you won, the last game 3-2, but Vitality, that's your difference maker. That's when Zen takes over a series, right?
Yes, and this is when they ran away with this game. We saw one of the best goals of the day here just 20 seconds later from Exotic, and this was the first two of 6 goals Vitality would score in this series. Here it comes from our players out to Exotic, and what is that? That's disgusting. It's beautiful. It's magnificent. Eat your heart out.
That's a great shot. Like, positioned on the backboard as well, so the defender can't like cut him off or anything like that. Jumps over the head of the guy, and just enough power.
Yeah, and you
just
can see
enough.
And necessary. You can see the defender diving to stop the ball
totally
off the previous touch. So that was going to be saved. Instead, this is Exotic scoring a worldie of a goal. Not even the best goal of the day, though. If you're here to see best goals, we will show you some of our favorite goals, and that one was one of them, but not the best. So that is Vitality. Now, on match point, Start Point will take a timeout after this, and then they will bounce back, get a bunch of kickoff goals in Game 5 to win Game 5 5-1. Okay, 3-2. Can they force Game 7, though? This is the thing Vitality has earned with 3 matches in a row. They now have they get 3 games to play for match point. And Game 6 here achieves going to be going Vitality's way. They're going to win the series in this one.
Yeah, Vitality did just kind of walk through them in Game 6. It felt like here's the moment where things get started early. You know, if your Start Point here in Game 6, you're looking to level, you know, force Game 7, and you need something here. You get it started. Perfect. They bump Exotic out of goal, and they get an early lead. That's exactly what you want, straight down the middle. Like, Vitality just gives up way too much room somewhere along the line in rotation. And you couldn't ask for a better start. Congratulations. The game has to continue, though, is the problem, right? You still got to put them away. And you get to this point, you know, we move a little bit further forward.
I do think it's worth pointing. This is 1:35 left in the game. Like, you scored around halftime, about 3 minutes into 2 minutes into the game here. Start Point have stopped Vitality dead in their tracks, and then there's been no Vitality goals here in Game 6. Game 7 starting to look more and more likely. Can the nerves of the situation get to the new players? Can the experience on the veteran roster here step up? And again, we highlighted at the beginning, Monkey Moon and Exotic. How do they step up? How do they play in these games? And watch this moment from Exotic in the corner.
Yeah, nice work from Exotic. I mean, just the stutter step to completely freeze 2 defenders. They still get a piece of it, but again, the third man comes through and just puts it away. I mean, just an excellent job. Actually, I bet the VOD replay here has a really nice look of this. It'll just zoom out all nice and pretty. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. 3 people just jumped to stop whatever Exotic was going to try and do, man. And he just said, yeah, okay, goodbye.
It makes sense. These little moments of nerves. Interestingly enough, though, you're watching Monkey Moon kind of hurl his car in there as well. It creates a bit of chaos that Zen's able to read it afterwards. It's fine. But you heard him talking about it on the desk, heard him talking about it on the cast. Uncharacteristically bad tournament from Monkey Moon Cross yesterday and today. His team makes it pretty deep here, but ultimately touches moments like that, like the touches we showed at the very beginning in map number 1, where he sets his team up on this spot where Zen has to dive for it, and luckily Acronic doesn't shoot very well. And if that map goes differently, the whole series goes differently here. But we'll talk about Monkey Moon and those plays a little bit later on in the next series here.
This is where Vitality took the lead in Game 6. You know, they had a nice bump play here. Zen takes a boost,
bonk,
opens the door. Finally, you make the stop, but now it's the third man. Exotic rolls right on through. Vitality take the lead late. And if you were going to get it back, if you were Start Point, this was it, Wave. This was it.
This was you're down. I will say, for new teams playing from behind, usually a little bit easier. Not the best of clears, a bit messy, but big double commit here as everyone, they're pushing. You see the panic there from Start Point. If you rewind and go back through it again, this save from Vitality is playable from the offense. You see them coming off the ceiling here, takes a shot, players up, that ball is just hanging, and instead of trusting the third to come in, you've got Matane here jumping at it, just trying to get in the way. Matane, an experienced player, right? I don't think this one's even necessarily...
And Acronic.
Yeah, just everybody. It's Acronic and Matane.
Like, Acronic, I think, should probably wait, but, like, just because he doesn't have a lot of boost, and he might get there, but you're already deeper. It's crazy.
The screenshots, this still grab was a good one there. Is Exotic hanging in the air as well. Exotic's also up to get in the way of this ball. So, like, there's no guarantee that shot is the one, but because both players from the offense are going, there's no follow-up here. If Matane's sitting on the ground, he gets to go after this one next. Or if Acronic's sitting on the ground, as he sees Matane up, he gets to go for this one. They get 3 looks at it instead of just 2. Because they only get 2, this opportunity slips away from them. There's no Game 7.
Yeah, they just... For lack of a better term, they biff the chance, you know? Yes. And you need it there. You need it there. Because if Vitality was going to give up something, that was it.
That was the one.
Not being able to hold the nerves is definitely a stinger, and Vitality would put them down. So nice job from them.
A great tournament from Start Point. I mean, with the win yesterday to get to this point, taking Vitality to Game 6. I mean, obviously this was not Vitality's best day of Rocket League we've seen from them. We've definitely seen more clean Rocket League from them in general, but it doesn't matter how bad of a day they're having for a team like Start Point to get Vitality that deep into an event a good performance from them. Ultimately, though, the world champs going to advance in the bracket. Match number 2. This one, most anticipated match of the day at Chiefs. We were very excited about this one.
Yeah, because I wanted to see, a team like Ninjas in Pajamas. I really like their attacking style. I love Nas, I love Itachi. I think those two had a great showing in the FIFA World Cup. Excited to see them continue and really press the envelope there, as they test the top of Europe here in the top 8. And 100% my team from yesterday, who I was like, yo, you guys can ball.
Yeah.
So I was all about seeing 100% take on a team like Ninjas in Pajamas, who's also kind of got this, hey, we're gamers kind of aura going for them.
Yeah. So there's obviously a lot of different stories within every single matchup. We'd encourage you to go back and watch this series. It was a good series between two teams competing for that third place spot. If you won this match, you would at that time have third place outright. Game 1 goes to NIP 1-0. Game 2 goes to NIP 3-0. We see a timeout from 100%. The timeout buff they talked about on the main broadcast was 9-1 coming into today, or I think before the grand finals. I think it ended up being 9-3 at the end there. Carmine Corp managed to get 2 wins over teams that had wins. Give me my music back. Stop taking off my music. Doesn't like it because of Discord. So I'm talking too much. I wrote this music. We can't get copyright stricken for that.
I keep it.
Boss Fight by WavePunk on Spotify. If you're watching in chat, wondering what you're listening to. Let's talk about the fake kickoffs though, Chiefs. Because this was so much fun. There was a whole bunch of fake kickoffs today, especially in this game, or especially in this match, especially in Game 3.
Yeah, and it all starts off here because this is right after 100% take a timeout in this series, right? And they're down 2-0 against, what many would say the more experienced and favorite team, despite how good they're looking, You come in as the underdog and you're getting beat like the underdog, So they call the timeout here, and the first thing they go for in Game 3 says, all right, let's fake kickoff. Let's go for a play. Let's get one on the board, and it works out beautifully. We can probably back it up just a smidge further. Double fake kickoff. Both split for the midfield boosts. Oski gives them the ball, dish up the side, dish across. Because that's why the fake kickoff isn't super good anymore nowadays. Because one guy fake kickoffing, well, they already know that the only other player is going to be on the opposite side, right? But they double fake kickoff. So they have the extra player back here. Yeah. Which is brilliant.
And which way are they going to go? They could pass either direction, theoretically. So, it keeps the options open for
it keeps Nas grounded. Yeah. Nas is the only guy. It's a kickoff. Nas is the only one back. He went for the corner boost. And they put him in the 2v1, and that's a great choice. Double fake kickoff to kick it off, after the timeout. Awesome.
A crazy one. Okay, cool. They got that one. They would get another one here a little bit later on with kind of a nice little corner pass. But then that's going to bring up Ninjas in Pajamas after they get their first goal here. Nice little passes. Okay, we got a game on our hands. Got a nice, lovely series, which is good after watching Ninjas in Pajamas win 2 games. 100% here, get the lead. Ninjas in Pajamas not going to give it to him for free. Then we get this kickoff.
Yeah, Ninjas in Pajamas, what do? They need one. They have Oski delay the kickoff, and then they say it's kind of like a Spanish, but a little bit different because the guy kicking off is trying to find this bump or this bump. But they have also this open space. It creates tension between Lewis having to cover Itachi in case he demos Rezi, and Lewis has to come cover Nas. Or does he play this pass out from Nas across to Oski, right? So it keeps this guy in a bind, so Itachi's just going to try and remove Rezi, right? That's the idea.
Yeah.
And so it all kind of works out, but Itachi calls an audible, Nas kicks it up, you adjust on the fly, right? And Oski's right there, but the shot can't make it through.
Couldn't quite make it.
Great idea, but we adjust, we figure it out, right? Oski just comes right back through and says, it's not a big deal, we missed the strat, the play's not over, we go right on through, and a nice shot.
I mean, and it's still kind of like the offensive pressure set up by that kickoff situation, so it's just because it doesn't immediately result in a goal doesn't make it not a good kickoff. And what a pressure, what a shot for Oski to find. That sort of send 2 players,
tight angle.
The front, though, the one coming straight up the middle gets the ball, while the one coming from the side who looks like he's going to get the ball actually goes for boost. I remember seeing that happen back in season 3. Team Envy did that one time, or maybe it was season 4. And I remember finding it and talking about it with Shogun, and then the moment got lost to time, and I've been thinking about that play for years. And it was really cool to see this one on the broadcast to be like, this one's on purpose. Where back then, I'm pretty sure they just kind of did it on accident.
It just happened.
It just kind of happened. I was like, that could actually be really smart.
You should go find the VOD of that.
I would love to, but like
season 3,
I got to go back and watch through every Team Envy match.
Every game, yeah.
I remember it was on DFH,
fair,
so.
You could probably look on Liquipedia and track just the games you casted with Shogun.
I wasn't casting it. It was the thing. We were doing VOD review after the week after, so it wasn't even just me. So I'd have to go back, watch all Team Envy games on DFH. Eventually, I would find it. It was like a Remco play or something like that. But yeah, that'd be kind of fun. It'd be fun to like see it happen. Maybe ask him, do you remember this one game? Did you do this on purpose?
Did you do that on purpose?
Probably not. Yeah. This set up overtime, though, as you can see here. And Lewis P had himself a banger day yesterday. Gonna find himself another one here to secure a win and get 100% on the board in the series.
Yeah, great job to start off for them. Acro, a nice smooth dribble through Itachi, and Nas just not enough space to adjust there. Really great job from 100% to get a win coming out of the timeout in Game 3 and doing it in fine fashion. Well thought out approach.
Now, the fake kickoffs are a fun thing that we like seeing, and it's when they work, they're a great move. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. We're going to see a few more of them here. This one coming after a tie game in Game 4. 100% again trying to tie up the series here. They go for, I believe this is 100% going for another fake kickoff, if I remember correctly.
We'll find out.
It is, yes.
Yes, they do. It's the same one, the double fake kickoff again. They both double split. Rezi says, okay, this time we're going to the opposite side. Direction. And Oski is still not able to get there. Yeah. You see the same thing, you turn it around, it still gets the job done.
It was cool. And again, it's exactly what we talked about. Having two people go up, you can now reverse the directions. Like pressing the button in Madden. Let's play the other direction to the other side of the field here. And now it's like, man, what are we going to do with these guys? How's this all going to work out here? Love to see that one come through. 100% now in the lead on this one. This one went to 5-4. This was a high-scoring game. We can show you the best play from this series. This was one of my favorite moments of the day. 100% passing play.
It's a really beautiful bit of work out of the midfield here. Starting off with this touch from Acro. Soft touch to Rezi with the control. Flip reset down and into the middle, and the guy in the net is just staring. Yep. Dude in the net was like, bruh, where am I supposed to go? Ness cannot stop that. Don't care how you dice it. Sitting on the backboard. Good luck when they're able to hold the ball for that long in that spot.
You see the little jump there at the end of him just like I'll try.
I tried.
I pressed a button at least.
I'm sorry, guys. Yeah. They got me.
I love passing plays where the ball doesn't touch the ground between all three players. One of my favorite things in all of Rocket League here, and to get to see them do it so well. Just an incredible moment that they don't win the series, given how beautiful some of these plays are. Lewis P after this has two really awesome goals to send the team up a bit more there. He gets a dribble, he gets a drop shot as well. We could maybe show those here, but let's move on. Let's move on. We got the timeout. Okay. Then we get the timeout from Ninjas Pajamas. Of course, the timeout buff being what it was. They get the win, which puts them on match point in Game 5. Good result for them. Game 6. This again.
I went too far.
Can we get to Game 7? It's a long VOD. It's a lot of, and we're doing this the least efficient way possible.
It's okay.
The least effort.
In the middle of the break, we're getting there.
Oh, there we go.
That's
okay.
game. That's game 6.
Where do you want to be in Game 6?
That's the overtime. Find the start. Oh, wait, what? Is that the replay package? Okay.
There we go.
The fun things of knowing how the show works. You know exactly what you might be looking at.
There's the first goal. So this is gonna be Ninjas coming down. We talked about yesterday Lewis having a great series, and he had a pretty good solid series here. Unfortunately, there's gonna be two mistakes from Lewis that you can make the case that it's a rookie mistake or something like that. Sometimes things like this just happen. Going for it in goal. He's set up there as the goalie. He's got boost. He's looking the right direction. He's maybe just too close to the post. Maybe just quietly rotated here. He gets a touch on this ball, and yet still can't get it out of the net.
You're exactly right. Maybe rotating a touch too close. Because, at the pro level, with how much pace the game has, it's very easy to just come into net and go near post because that's going to lead you directly into the attack. You're usually trusting your team will be able to find some type of command and go up at the wall, and you're going to go with them, right? So that's why it's very easy to see players, rotate a little too tight in a spot like this. Just because it's so ingrained, we want to start the attack, we want to get the counter going.
Yeah.
but he just comes in a little too close to the near post, and Nas actually beats him because Lewis realizes he's gone too far. But like this could easily get passed to Achachi, could just get shot back post from out there. Players are that good. So he stops and tries to turn to cover more, and Nas just drills one left post.
Yeah, I make mistakes like this all the time. I make the opposite mistake here. I'll be too far back in the goal because I want to cover as much of the net and be able to like attack forward at the goal.
Yeah.
But then I'm too late. I'm driving at the ball as it's already in the net, right? And he's doing the correct thing of being on the goal line, but it creates this weird opening to the side there. I don't know, like a side flip maybe blocks it, but that's a really tough spot for him, and ultimately going to lead to the lead for the Ninjas. This does go to overtime, though. We go through, we see some crazy...
Oh, but it leads to the fake kickoff.
It does lead to a fake kickoff. Oh, that's right. We were talking to you guys. Got to keep all of our storylines straight here. Spamming their special move. 100%. They go for it one more time.
Double fake kickoff?
Look at it.
When have we seen this before?
2 times already.
Which way will they go? They go to the right again. This time it's off the back. Acro doesn't have the command, and Nas says, yeah, nice try. Yeah, nice try. Not again, buddy.
Yeah. Which, and to be fair, this one, they didn't get the second pass off. As you said, like it was Acro goes for the shot himself, which is kind of the other option.
The other option.
Right?
Now you don't pass it. Now you shoot.
Yeah. But this one doesn't work out for them. They're not able to get the easy win back. So we go to overtime. This looks like it's going to be a banger. We're so excited about it. It ends in catastrophe here as it goes down. This is going to be
good
blocked.
Shot, good
beautiful
save. Lewis P looking for the back pass, need a little help.
He gets it out. He's out of the goal.
Forward.
And Lewis P with the back pass. Oh no, nobody's home. Nobody's home. No one's home.
What kind of a miscue is it? Because Lewis P goes to net. Acro's right here, gets put over his head. Lewis P should know where Rezi is, at least have an idea.
Yeah.
And Rezi,
it was interesting. Like the takeaway I had in this series was fake kickoffs, super cool, great stuff. Watch out for that when you're playing up against 100% here, and also 100% kind of live and die with Lewis. If Lewis is doing well, my goodness, they are formidable here. And this, I'm not even blaming Lewis for the loss in this situation. It's just, unfortunately, 2 specific moments here in Game 6 that come down to Lewis making a good touch, and he makes the opposite one in the most critical of moments.
Yeah, couldn't find the solo effort, granted. Not everyone can, but just an unfortunate miscue to just completely punt that one away. They were in a battle, but not good enough, so into the road for 100% there. But, as to be expected, right? They were the underdogs from the beginning, but they put up a good show. There's just, as we always love to say, room for improvement, and they will keep on the grind.
So, congratulations to Ninja Pajamas as they advance forward to face off against Carmine Corps later on in a semifinal. The match that ultimately became the match of the day, the match we were not the most anticipating, but became the match we're going to remember from this day. Dignitas versus Vitality, going all the way to Game 6. Didn't have a Game 7 today. We didn't see Champions Field in Europe. Kind of a washed region, if you're being honest.
Courtesy of Carmine Corps. I mean, just putting the hammer down, no matter what, right? So.
But here, this was the closest we got. Again, another Game 6 overtime that this one will end on for our boys. Wait, am I correct on that one? No. Game 6. Yes, Game 6 overtime. I'm correct. I was looking at the wrong notes, but I was still I remembered it correctly. Vitality versus Dignitas. We were talking earlier about Monkey Moon and Exotic, and the questions of like how we said earlier that Monkey Moon had an uncharacteristically bad day. That is a big part of
You find a way to win when you're not playing your best.
Yeah, and unfortunately they did not find a way to win today. We'll talk about Monkey Moon's touches here. The first one, we see Dignitas already up leading the series. We saw Zen scored a banger to open up the series. We're like, welcome to the big leagues. Going to have to deal with Thanos. What you going to do about it? But things fall apart on a few defensive lapses. This was the most important one. It's 2-1. Still very much a ball game. 3-1. We were talking about that earlier against Vitality versus Start Point. You're going to see that happen right here. There's going to be a 3-1 goal. Dignitas is going to be able to put up on Vitality coming off of kickoff. Monkey Moon going for it. They go for a fake.
Kickoff.
Zen here.
Doesn't work. The fake kickoff gets blown up.
They take care of it.
Jorius picks it off, and what? What?
Where are they going, right? What's happening here? We back all the way up. Where's Monkey Moon in this play, right? I can kind of make an argument for Zen and Exotic's positioning. I have no idea what Monkey Moon's doing as Exotic loses the challenge in the air here. So there's
So
Zen.
he probably went to steal a corner boost because we saw him do that yesterday. But where we still
What?
haven't seen
There, you saw him.
Oh,
If you
there
move
he
your,
is.
You move your body out of the way a little bit. The people at home will be able to see. Yep. And there he is. Where's he going? Where are you going, monkey? Like,
I mean, where
he thinks Exotic's going to win. I mean, I can see a depth perception issue here where, like, it looks to him like Exotic's got it for free, but...
Zero boost.
Zero boost. This player's already airborne.
Zero boost, and look at the pop he gets.
Yeah, like, nope.
That's
not
hard.
control. That's not control
It's
there.
so
Yeah.
hard. Like, that's the thing. Like, you see your teammate kind of get this, questionable takeoff, and Monkey Moon, bless his heart, full belief in him. He says, yeah bro's got it. Bro did not have it. Bro.
No. That was not the
Whoops.
situation. So, and that creates a 3-1 game, right? Which Vitality do not bounce back from here. They lose game 1, 3-1. That's just game 1. That's okay. If you bounce back in game 2, it'll be all right. Don't have to worry about it. Problem is, game 2, very, very similar circumstance here. Dignitas gets up 1-0. They get up 2-0. Vitality comes back and scores a goal. Okay, cool. We should be in an okay situation. 3-1 would be a problem, though.
Yeah. 3-1 would be a very big issue if you're Team Vitality. Just because you need to find a way back into the series and assert some form of control at this point in a series. You're the favorite. Dig is up 2-1 on you again in game 2, and it's looking fairly comfortable. Like, you need something here if you're Vitality.
Yep.
And Monkey Moon finds the block. Jorius transitions, says, all right, let's play a little ball. And Zen says, no, I stopped that.
Going to the corner. Oh,
we run into each other.
What was that? Season 5. Garrett G and Fireburner in the corner.
Just the complete stoppage of, like, the... How on earth do they wind up in the same spot? There's a nice easy clear from Zen.
They're both out of boost. They're both going for the corner here. Yeah, for sure.
Like, maybe he spawned.
No, he's not coming off a demo, right? We see him
there.
over
There he is. There he is. Rotating.
Does he
back.
Does he miss the sidewall boost? He does. He misses.
He might have missed midfield.
So then he's going back to the
changes
corner.
His line.
And then, of course, he's on top of Zen. And then this is obviously, if you're watching at home going, why are we talking about this? Nothing's happened yet. This creates quite the long Dignitas pressure here that they're not able to escape from and ultimately results in a Dignitas goal. 3-1 again. That 2-goal buffer, such a big difference.
Like, Monkey Moon takes his teammate's boost, gets demoed immediately, so doesn't even get to use the boost. Zen has 0 boost. Exotic just grabbed boost out of the midfield, but he's like, guys, what do you want me to do here? Apparently, Jack takes the other corner boost, and, like, Dignitas is on cruise control out of the midfield. They're demoing them. They know they're low, and at long last, you're not reaching that one.
Yeah.
Dignitas go up 3-1 just because Team Vitality, just 2 separate pages. It's tough.
Yeah, that's that moment is very. They had like maybe 100 boost across the course of it. I think Zen picks up a 100 pad as that game's going on. So that's games 2. Also lost 3-1, which is a big deal when you're an underdog to win the first 2 games. To have a 2-0 buffer going in, Vitality takes a timeout. Okay, of course they do. Going into game 3. Run away with it. Brazil them. Put up a crooked number. You think this is going to be, okay, we're changing everything here. Vitality's back in this one. Super important game in the series then becomes helped. Game 4. The timeout helped. This is where CJ and Gibbs were joking about, like, oh, they should just, Dignitas should take a timeout now and guarantee that they get on match point, but they don't take the timeout. Game 4, super, super important here. If Vitality wins Game 4, that 2-game buffer Dignitas has built for them no longer matters. It's a 2-2 game. We're going into whoever wins Game 5 is match point. Game 4 for Dignitas is going to be a 2-1 overtime in favor of Dignitas. This was huge.
Yeah, and I just stopped on Game 3 because I had to remember what was happening in Game 3. But you're right. Game 4, here's a big moment. You're absolutely right. You got to find a way to take the initiative back. And Exotic hits the same goal he hit from yesterday.
Yeah.
I mean, what a stunner. Look how smooth this is. Up off the corner, right into the ceiling, bang, top right. Well, not top right, but power and pace back post. I mean, just smooth. And the defense doesn't even see it coming, man. Great job to open things up and really put the pressure on Dignitas and say, yeah, we're back.
Yeah, exactly. Which, I mean, that's got to be scary for Dignitas players, too. Let's just talk about the mental of the Dignitas players here as you're setting up the next goal. Like, they just got Braziled, and then 3:41 into the game. You scored one goal in the last game. First goal of Game 4 is that crazy shot. We said that was the shot Exotic hit against Carmine Core to win Game 1 overtime yesterday. Exact same type of shot. Coming off the ceiling, really tight angle, hitting top corner, beautiful stuff, hitting it with speed. You're scared. You're scared if you're Dignitas players. Apparently not, though. The way they bounce back here, again, 2-1 overtime victory. That was the only goal Vitality's going to score, and Appjack going to hit a double air bump here to get us into overtime. Watch Appjack and the way he sets up his team in this moment late in game number 4. He's going to get the ball, goes to the sky, gets the setup, finds Monkey, finds the goalie, or at least zones him out there to set up the space for Stizzy. Incredible wherewithal and mental,
great look at it here.
Presence on the field there.
Move.
I don't even know if he hits Exotic, but it doesn't matter.
No, he doesn't have to. Exotic
the
rotates up the back. Yeah, exactly. He rotates up the back wall to avoid having to dodge, apparently, Jack. Yeah. He wants to be able to jump at the ball and not have to worry about Jack. So that's why he doesn't wait back post or something like that. He's just following and has to get out of the way. So great job from Appjack. And, not panicking. Exotic hits that opener early, in this game, and they managed to keep things tight within one. If you're within one goal, you can always win in Rocket League. That's the best part. Yeah. And Appjack, great presence of mind there, just saying, "Yep, bump, easy shot, let's go."
And I love like thinking about the story of this match. That you got the beginning is Dignitas capitalizing on Vitality fails, but then you see Vitality take a moment, take a breath, regain their composure, come out in Brazil in Game 4, come out and score a banger goal they would get a Brazil in Game 3, score a banger goal at the beginning of Game 4 there. You think Vitality is back, and Dignitas digs into their bag, creates an offensive opportunity to score. This isn't them capitalizing on a mistake. This is Appjack making an opportunity and Stizzy capitalizing on it to send them into overtime here, and the overtime winner as well. Going to be a wonderful goal for Dignitas.
Yeah, Stizzy, great bit of control with the extra touch, and Appjack, of course. Dude was reading the pitch wonderfully in this series. Dude was all over it. He knew exactly where he needed to be to cover stuff, was all over Exotic all series long. Picks one off here and just says, yep, we're up 3-1 in the series, Vitality. Because you remember we were talking being up 3-1 in games in Game 1 and Game 2. Vitality has to make something happen in Game 3 because they're just kind of getting squeezed out by who are these guys? Two of those NA traders and Stizzy. And they're getting boxed out by it. Well, now they're down 3-1 in the entire series and they're about to get knocked out, bro.
But it's just crazy because Vitality now, this thing was 3 games they get to play, 5, 6, and 7 to try and win this series. And they're going to make use of it too. You come into Game 5, Vitality return back to the way that things were. They find some good kickoff goals. They run away with it very, very quickly. 3-0 before halftime. Vitality going to win Game 5, 5-3. But again, 3 earned opportunities for Dignitas here. We don't have to sit here and look at every single one of them. Dignitas didn't. They said, hey, Game 5's out of the way. Let's use it to prepare for Game 6. And then we see the goals of the day. This was easily, if you pick one game to go back and rewatch, Game 6, Team Vitality versus Dignitas is the one.
I gotta keep going in the timestamp.
Here we go. Vitality does score first. Let's show you the best goals, though.
Yeah. So, apparently Jack, pass, shot, and demo. Hang on. How do we get this done? This is a weird spot to be. Look at the pressure, the physicality again.
Jorius going over the head.
Hard
Remember
up
that?
The top.
Oh, here he comes. Oh, what is that? What is that?
Mamma mia.
A player who misses a challenge is just a player you can pass to, folks. Remember that for your ranked games. Don't remember that for your ranked games. Don't do that with your ranked games. But if you're a professional player,
that's true.
You miss a challenge.
You might as well use it.
You're upfield. Well, how can you use that? Incredible moment. And what an energy bump for Dignitas, too, right? Like, what a morale booster to hit.
Someone hits a worldie like that.
The best goal of the day. Absolutely. Like, beautiful.
Mama. That's a good one. So, yeah. I don't know why I did that. But, yeah.
The end.
The end. Yeah, no. It goes all the way through it. They get back into an overtime Vitality. You know, they're just good.
We go back and forth. We go back and forth. There was two kind of important moments here from overtime, I think. This was the best. This was the best look Vitality had to win it here in overtime, was this moment.
Yes, definitely. I mean, Appjack gets up, doesn't find a touch. Zen, uncharacteristic, couldn't find control, but apparently Jack can't hit it hard either. Dignitas, man, it's like you feel like Dignitas is not executing particularly well, right? And then you get on to Vitality. Here comes Jorius, right? All right. Now the pressure works back the other way. Vitality needing to find some type of way out. Finally, it comes for Monkey Moon. Let's get out.
Through one in the air.
Out. Here's Zen.
Oh, off the corner. I mean, it's so well defended. It's so. I'm not even blaming Vitality for falling apart here. What a the shot. If the shot's better placed at Chiefs, it's more blocked.
It's more blocked. Like Stiz's got that one dialed, bro.
It's covered. It is covered. We are good to go. We don't need anything else there. Like an incredible moment from them. And then the overtime winner. We haven't talked about Stizzy enough in this recap here. Stizzy had so many excellent goals, so many moments where he showed like, hey, I am really here to play. And this overtime winner, absolutely the best of those moments.
Yeah, Abjack, nice job working his way upfield. Give Stizzy a little bit of room. Look at the speed. Look at the confidence through the corner. Can't quite score. It needs a little help. Loop back around. Pass again. Let me try it again. Hold on. Apparently, Jack says, I'll back pass you the ball. Stizzy says, all right, let me cook. Here's one.
There he goes.
Wait, neutral hop. Bump over one. Bump the guy in the back. Over the top of one, bump the Zen fender, do it yourself, big dog.
Incredible. And then just literally, as Stumpy said on Twitter, just spamming the emote wheel on him in real life.
He really did.
Incredible performance. Like what a feeling. You just beat the world champions as a rookie.
And your air dribble bumps in.
And you air dribble bumps in. It was entirely him too. Like not even like no team play at all. You 1v3'd Vitality to put Dignitas into the finals. An incredible moment from Stizzy there. And yeah, this was easily the best match, best game of the day.
Great pop off from Stizzy. Dignitas. What would the Brits say? Absolutely chuffed to be in a grand final.
Absolutely smashing.
So incredible. Good for them. They find a way to bounce out Vitality, who, didn't look terrible today, but they didn't look like themselves, Zen needed a little bit of help. Exotic and Monkey Moon had a little bit of an off day as well. And, I think Zen looked relatively solid. But at the end of the day, it's a team game. And the team Vitality was not playing well. Dignitas was. They worked their way into the grand final.
There was a few moments, I feel like, this is not a show where we want to like be bashing on one player, but we talked about Monkey Moon a few times and like the bad day he had. There was definitely a few other touches we could have shown you that were particularly bad as well. So this was just the best. This was the best story of across that entire match, I believe, and watching Stizzy and Dignitas really earn the win. I'm not going to say not put all of this on just one player not being able to make a touch.
They said we're out here to win, man. I don't care if you won a world championship. Stop me.
Okay. Speaking of absolutely smashing, Karmine Corps just walked through everybody. They have lost so few games, and they've lost basically no matches in so long. Space Station tweeted something that I think had some fake news in it, but like in general, they've like their run is pretty incredible. Actually, I'm gonna pull up Spaceman's tweet. So they lost like.
What did he say?
He said he pulled some stat from Direct about how strong Karmine Corps' run has been. Karmine Corps are 11-0 to start the year. They are 29-0 on their first splits dating back to last season. They have a serious opportunity to make history this year. Apparently, they're 29-1 back in like split one last season. They did lose one series, but other than that, first split of the season, they are just so strong, and that continues here today. We'll show you the best moments, maybe. We'll show you a moment at the end where Ninja's Pajamas like has a chance, but this was a sweep. This was Karmine Corps walking through them, heads up, heads down. This was our favorite goal from game number one, Vatira with some crazy setups.
Yeah, I mean, he's just a smart guy. I mean, you can tell that they were never worried about the pace of play from Ninjas in Pajamas here.
Yeah.
I mean, Vatira, as he adjusts to this kind of awkward ball that comes his way eventually, he just turns it back. One more look at it. look how high this ball pops up. And Vatira, hang on.
Let me just crowd you out. That's
like
crazy.
The theory is, okay, Drolly's double passing. I'm going to go get the touch. And then he sees this little touch up on the backboard. He says, oh, well, hang on a second. I'll just hit Oski. I don't have to shoot it.
Yeah.
And he's thinking all of that. They're like, man, they're just too slow.
Yeah.
You just we've got him beat. It's
you
okay.
You see him at the first, let's push the thrusters over this way. Let's go get Oski. Let's go get like at the beginning. Like he's so smart that he doesn't need to score. He just needs them not to block, and he knows Vital will get it and take care of it. That's goal number 4 of the game.
Of game 1. Yeah.
So this was not a particularly close series. There was some really cool goals. That one was probably our personal favorite that won't make it into highlight reels. Game, we say Ninjas in Pajamas was the first time the timeout buff was broken on the day. They took a timeout in between game 2 and 3. Did not matter.
And, oh, boy. That time, ooh. If you're the only team to lose on the timeout on the day, bro, Karmine Corp's the team to lose it to. Because they took that timeout and then boom, immediately got hit in the face the exact same way they've been getting hit. First guy goes through a touch, then turns it into a bump, and then they score. It was wash, rinse, repeat for K-Corp. They were like, someone stop it. And that was a tough game 3 to get absolutely clapped by Karmine Corp.
They got some good goals in it too, but ultimately not going to matter. The 3 that Karmine Corp put up. We can go to game 4 and talk about how this one went. Ninja Pajamas do score early. We think maybe there's a chance, but ultimately the goals from from Karmine Corp here a bit too strong. This one to tie things up. This is Vatira again coming underneath. Oh, let's get a demo. Oh, yeah, what are you guys going to do now? Oh, too much space. So sorry.
Made it look so easy, right? It's he just says, I'm gonna take the boost. I don't have to play this ball. You're just gonna hit it past me to my teammate, and I'm gonna blow up the guy behind you. You have fun with that.
Selfless players have always been my favorite players in Rocket League. The people who are like not trying to go for the crazy flashy goals, but are instead trying to set up their teammates. But they always go unsung because they're followed by these moments of glory, these crazy flashy plays in the air. The thing I love about Vatira, this thing that he's doing that I've not seen in a long time, this particular moment is a bad example. The last goal is a much better example of this. He's finding ways to be flashy while being selfless. He's so good at the game. He's like, I can create space nobody else has been able to create so that my teammates have the easiest goals of their life. Created setting up the infield pass there on that one. That created a nice setup. They do get another goal after that one. And then the best offensive look for NIP here incoming. This was probably the chance where like, hey, you maybe have a chance to make offense instead of just capitalizing on Karmine Corp mistakes. Not going to work out for him.
Yeah, because they only scored off KC mistakes previously, and Karmine Corp in their bag here. And if you were going to find a way to start the engine, it needed to be right here. Double solo effort play, double bump, and everybody they sent the world. They had nothing left. They held it all back to spend it there, and they just kicked it out. And Karmine Corp just say thanks.
It's Vatira retreating defense, dealing with an air dribble bump play he gets in between the ball and the forward back, the fullback here who's coming forward, gets in the way and just stops it just enough for Drolly to be able to cut in and block the third man.
Enough.
Like, that's so cool. There's so much setup going on there for those guys, and like Ninja Pajamas, like any better team, any worse team is getting scored on there. Karmine Corp 100% earned this sweep. This was Ninja Pajamas gave it their all. Moments like that showing just how good.
That was cute, Ninjas in Pajamas. We'll see you next time.
We appreciate it. Good luck in Open 3. Man, we'll see if you can make it happen there.
Yeah.
So that sets us up with a blue wall versus Dignitas. I got my Dignitas hoodie on here. Love those boys over there. But even the green screen's making them look like a ghost out here. Not quite able to show Digi on the screen. Poor guy.
Rip Digi.
He was not able to get the win here on our second Karmine Corp 4-0 of the day. First sweep in a grand finals, I feel like, in Europe in a long time. No, maybe I shouldn't say that. Yeah. Maybe it happened last week. I forget. But they've had usually the region is the most competitive. Those are the things Sean tweeted. He was like, "Oh, Europe, a one-team region now. Karmine Corp here, the only team in Europe anyone should be worried about." And which was kind of crazy because, like, when you have Dignitas beating Vitality, you would think they would come in. And Karmine Corp, like, if you're talking about like who had the better warm-up here, right? Dignitas absolutely has the better warm-up between Vitality and Ninjas in Pajamas. You think maybe Karmine Corp is going to come in here a little bit slow. Nope. Didn't come in slow. 4-1 game one, and they won them all. This was, you know, we could show the first goal here was actually the best moment, one of the best moments from Dignitas here. Again, scoring first, thinking, okay, cool, we're in for another good one.
Yeah, because you think about like Dignitas's run throughout this bracket, you go back to that Vitality series, they had to beat, you know, one of the top dogs to get here. And, you know, forcing Vitality to take a timeout after an early start, going 2-0, you're in great shape, you know, early on versus a big favorite.
Yeah.
They get Brazil, they don't use the timeout, right? They've used all that time already to figure out, you know, how to diagnose. And they come into this K-Corp series, hopefully with that same mindset, like, hey, let's go out there, let's be aggressive, like sock them in the mouth. And you kind of get exactly that from the first play. It's just what they wanted. Like, this is a tough save. Stizzy with a beauty of a touch. And look at apparently Jack up here make this nice and easy for Jorius. Yeah, get out of the way, Vatira. You're cool.
And honestly, like that, I love that this play is coming right after what we just saw from the Ninjas in Pajamas versus Karmine Corps series. Apparently, Jack and Vatira really remind me of each other in these series. You have two players leading their teams and saying, I'm going to make space for you to score. I'm going to find ways for you to do it. Unfortunately, Vatira is just way better at it. He's just incredible.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Like, Abjack's giving it his best here. He's doing a good job. Karmine Corps just faster, cleaner touches from top to bottom.
Yeah, and a really strong start, but, you know, Dignitas knows they're going to be in a battle. Karmine Corps score. We get to this moment. Karmine Corps show a little bit of that excellence about why they're the ones on top and not Dignitas here. Abjack with a delaying touch. Vatira softly into the middle for Drali. Look at the bump from Monkey Moon. Not Monkey Moon, sorry. He was on wrong team. Look at the bump from Matau on Jorius, just forcing him up to make a tough save. Drali says, yeah, thanks for the room, big dog. I mean, Karmine Corps said, yeah, this is the pace we're playing at. You guys can't handle this.
Yeah. Very, very good stuff as they take away game number one. Game number two, pretty similar story here. We have a little bit more, some Dignitas defensive problems as this series is going to be a 3-0 for it. I mean, this was, how many goals? I meant to look this up before we started. How many goals they scored in these two series?
Karmine Corps total?
Karmine Corps total versus how many got scored on them. In the first series, it was, what is this, 8 plus 8, 16-4. And in the second series was 14-7. So literally quadruple in the first, double in the second.
Yeah, that's pretty good, huh?
Very, very good performance here from Karmine Corps. As we take a look here at what we got in game two.
Game two. Yeah, Karmine Corps continuing to press on the gas a little bit. You know, they take an early lead. And we get to, you know, this point, and Karmine Corps, they just waltz into the nets here. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Like, this is not a bad clear from Jack. Like, think about that. He has 0 boost in his corner. Like, keeps it high. Get out of here. Keeps it high. Get it out. He basically pinches it off the wall. That's a good clear. That's a good clear.
Instantly responded.
Straight into a towel. Straight into it.
And like this is midfield. Ball doesn't even cross midfield line, and it's not. And this isn't a catch. This is a pass. This is boom,
right to
straight to Drali. 2 touches later in the goal.
Because the demo comes behind it.
Yeah,
like that's a good play from Dignitas, and Karmine Corps just said, "Yeah."
No, I'm so sorry. Man. And like the response to that is either have somebody upfield to catch this, so it's not just straight up a clear, right? But that's the best kind of clear you could hope for. The only answer is have someone sitting in goal at all times, and look who's sitting. Look who's looking for the goalie. Even if you have someone just sitting in goal all the time, you're getting demoed, right? So
here comes Vatira right through the back line.
The one thing they've got to maybe be able to handle this play
maybe stop that
is actually in place, and Vatira says, "Nope, we thought of this one too. Thank you very much. Goodbye. That's ours."
Yeah, goodbye. Nice knowing you. You know,
so that's game 2, 3-0 in favor of Karmine Corps.
But there was one chance. There was one chance.
Okay.
Was going to fight back here in game 2. One look. They said, "Hang on, we're not quite done yet." Apparently, Jack pressing out of the corner. Stizzy waiting. Vatira missing. Okay, maybe a miscue. Jorius top right and pinged out. A small misstep from Karmine Corps, and even that recovered smoothly, and they would go on to find the clear and win the game. So
they go on to find the clear.
You're going to work your way back, Dignitas.
They got another goal too before it was over. So that
they scored again.
Score one more time there. Yeah, around, and then that's the game. So timeout Dignitas, of course. Let's take the time to like slow this down.
Because you can't now. Like they did in the Vitality series. It was 7-1.
Yeah.
You know, you were out there getting beat up. And you're like, okay, whatever, man. We're gonna use the middle of this game to think about it. If they want to score 7, great. That's extra time for us. We don't have to use our timeout, right? We figured it out. Even coming into the next game, you start off a little shaky, but you find the answer, and they were never worried. So, here versus Karmine Corps, you're out there starting off like, hey, we're gonna get aggressive, we're gonna pop them in the mouth, blah 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 blah, and Karmine Corps just says, yeah, that sucks.
Yeah.
4-1, 3-0.
But weirdly cleverly don't run the score up, right? So like you have to stay engaged.
You felt like you're in it. You felt like you're in it. You couldn't sit there and take the extra time. You needed to play the game. And so they get forced into this timeout here, and you're thinking, okay, this is the right time to take it if you are Dignitas. Clearly, whatever you came in with is not working. So they take their time, and they get in to game number 3 with the addition of a server switch.
Yes.
There was an extra delay. They had extra time to think about it. They switched the entire server of game 3, and they get into it at long last after some 4 or 5 extra minutes or something crazy than should be normal for, a timeout.
And they do.
And this happens.
It's right out the gate. Right out the gate here with the kickoff. They do manage to get the initial stop, but again, pressure. So much pressure. Ball hasn't touched the blue half yet. So sorry. It's in your net already. You're already losing.
It's just in.
Absolutely. This game, by the way, is Dignitas' best performance against Karmine Corps. They put up 4 goals. Unfortunately, Karmine Corps put up 5 goals and put up their best performance as well. So just matching kind for kind. That goal, not even necessarily noteworthy other than where it comes and the fact that it's so quickly after the timeout. We talked about how good the timeout buff was. Karmine Corps was able to stop Ninjas in Pajamas when they took their timeout earlier. They also stopped Dignitas here. The timeout buff was crazy until it ran into Karmine Corps. All 3 games that were lost after the timeout were because they were playing Karmine Corps in this tournament.
And kind of the same situation. This is maybe the last chance, for Dignitas in this game 3 at 4 minutes on the clock. You believe that?
Mm-hmm.
To feel like you had a chance to win this game. Like, this is another great play from Jack. That's a tough ball. He can't figure it out. It gets bounced out, and he adjusts. He fixes it. His whole team gets demoed below him. He misses the touch, but his team gets turned to dust, and he has to find this ball through smoke, through a clear, absolute insanity. He finds a pinch. He pinched it clear, and through smoke, straight to Vatira.
Straight to him. Which this is the thing. I think when people look at series, like we saw earlier today with, what's a good example? Vitality versus Start Point, right? And you're like, Vitality's clearly the better team. Start Point manages to send it to game 6. How is Vitality losing 2 games? Like, even in a series where like games should be are close, if one team is just clearly better than the other, it should be a sweep every time, right? That's what my brain says. My brain doesn't understand how teams are losing any games if they are clearly better. And the answer is that luck happens. Weird things happen. This sort of stuff happens, right? And the thing is that Vitality is able to be, they're so much better than Start Point that they're able to overcome even the lucky situations and even the moments when they make mistakes, when the game doesn't quite go their way, right? And they're able to win. This is one of those really rough moments where the luck that we're talking about it goes both ways. Luck goes both ways, and it's going Karmine Corps' way here, unfortunately for Dignitas, right? So a team that's already winning is also going to get some lucky moments, and they're able to capitalize on it here, as Karmine Corps shows you.
Yeah, really nice job. Like, this is Vatira on that pinch clear. Like, you can see the smoke cloud appearing. He's just coming close because he knows this is an absolute hot mess here in the net, man. He's like, this ball is going to grind to a halt. It's going to stalemate somewhere. Like, there's going to be a 50. I got to get up tight and get ready to play it. So he just walks through, and it just pinches straight at him.
Straight at him. Like, there's no way for Vatira to know, right? This isn't like Vatira's
I guess
like
I
super...
shoot.
We've been talking about how good Vatira is. There's no way for Vatira to know this is where I need to be. That ball's coming straight to me, right? That ball could go anywhere.
It could go anywhere. It could go straight. It could go up the side. It could go on target.
That could be a goal.
Or it could go right at him.
Yeah. and the clarity of mind which makes Vatira's play there a reaction, right? He's not pre-thinking this.
He just sees the ball come at him and goes, "Oh, cool."
He goes, "Oh, sick! I can handle this." Takes care of it, moves it forward. That's game 3. in the bag. And at this point, the series was over. We could show like there was some sparks. Like this series, it was 5-2.
Oh yeah,
right. Karmine Corp, Dignitas managed to score 2 goals as time's expiring there to try and make it close, but they do not close out that series. They do not close out that game. Excuse me. So in game 4, they now have to reverse sweep a team that looks incredibly hot, and this is how it all went down.
Yeah, I mean, this one started off good. Like, Dig show they've got a little bit of the spark left. You know, a nice fake from apparently Jack with a good, powerful, authoritative shot from Stizzy. Feels good. You finally catch Karmine Corp leaning one way or the other. You get to drive pace of play for a moment, and you're thinking, cool, there's still something there. And you try and ride the momentum, right? That's great.
Yeah.
We love to see teams try and ride that momentum. They hold it about a minute plus. You get to this point, KC still on the defensive, pushing a Tau, trying to find a clear. Apparently, Jack again the solo play to really freeze the defense. Nice stop right on the line. The second guy bumps him out. Vatira hits the stall and kicks that one aside. He doesn't rush the save. He lets them hit it into him. And Karmine Corp just turn aside what feels like should have been a dead ringer for a goal.
It's one of those moments that, like any other team, again, like we saw with the Ninjas Pajamas series, same game too, like a moment that should be guaranteed a goal somehow. The clarity of mind to bump, I mean, I feel it's an obvious play, but like the bumping, this perspective, getting to bump the second man out of his ability to shoot is so cool to me. As Stizzy's coming in, it's like, nope, we're just clearing you out of the way, and the Vatira gets back up in the way, like that should be a goal, and it's so. I feel like I've never said this before. When a team's already is winning the game, like that was the moment the series was over. When Dignitas can't manage to get a 2-goal lead against a team that's this strong, there's just it's inevitable that Karmine Corp is going to score again, as
like,
they do.
You can't buy a goal. Like, what do you have to do to get? Who bumps that guy? You know,
which
absolutely insane.
Yep, Karmine Corp do get 2 more. Run it back up. They've got the lead. Final moments, waning moments of the grand finals. Dignitas have to find a spark. They have to find a breath somewhere, and they just can't. Actually, they get some decent opportunities. Karmine Corp do give them a window of opportunity here. Unfortunately, it's crossbar. Crossbar. Well, this is backboard.
And they're finally out of boost.
All right, we get there. Follow up.
And even that's not on target.
Just wide.
Know? Just tough.
It is all over the place, and that will leave you with a Karmine Corp victory. Karmine Corp. Here's my question, Chiefs. We've seen this Karmine Corp before, where they come out at the beginning of the season, and we're like, oh, this is a season of finding out who gets to lose to Karmine Corp in the grand finals of World Championship, and then they barely even qualify for the World Championship once we get to it. Like, do you feel more confident about this Karmine Corp after watching them this weekend than you do about last year's Karmine Corp first split?
Oh yeah, they have marinated in the juices. They will be the way for Europe, at least this split. That first major is going to be super telling if Karmine Corp faces off against the Falcons or whoever from MENA, anyone from that region. Because I am all aboard. Like, I love MENA's attack style. And all right, Karmine Corp, if you're bumping that guy out of making that save type stuff. Yeah. All right. And again, let's see it.
I feel like we were always waiting for Vatira to wake up last season. Like, where is Vati? Where is this crazy plays we saw from him, right? And now we're seeing where he is. He's taking the Lightning McQueen in Cards 3 approach of like, I'm gonna coach up the next players. I'm gonna prep the next generation to be great. I'm going to be the player that makes the setup. I'm not going to have to be flashy. He's always got it in his back pocket if he really finds space for it, but my goodness, what a threat from Karmine Corp. Really loved watching them have that one. Congratulations to Dignitas making it to the finals, but this one was all about KC today.
Yeah, Thanos woke up today and said, we win. So, well done, Karmine Corp.
They did indeed. I'm going to go back to the other 2 camp scenes so you can swing the scenes as well.
Sure.
3,
this
2,
time you kind of down. Now I'm ready.
Boom, there we go, folks. Look at that. The show's getting better. We'll have multiple scenes for next season of Cole&Stumpy. That's been fun, though. Chat, thank you so much for hanging out. That is the recaps of how things went. Chiefs, anything you want to say before we close things out?
Yo, this was awesome. K-Corp, you're good. Looking forward to seeing you at the first major. And, Thanks for having me, Wave.
Absolutely.
I love your graphics. The graphics are wonderful. Those are beautiful.
They're fun. I will treasure those little announcement graphics and stuff. Chat, thank you so much for watching. I'm WavePunk. You can find me here. You can also find me at WavePunk on Twitter. WavePunk Music on Twitch. I do a lot, or on YouTube, excuse me. I do a lot of music creation over there. You've been listening to the music I've been creating during this entire show. You can find that on SoundCloud and also on Spotify, also at WavePunk. Thank you all so much for watching. We'll see you guys next time out there. Stay safe. Bye-bye.